Pranam. In this video, we are going to solve sum number 5, that is on page number, I think it's page number 5. Sum number 5, page number 5. The sum reads like this. Journalize the following transactions in the books of trade. Also make the ledger postings and prepare a trial balance. So first in this sum, we are going to do only journalizing the transaction. We have been given certain debit balances as on January 1, 2006, and we have also been given certain credit balances as on Jan 1, 2006. Now, what are these Jan 1 debit and credit balances? They are the closing balances of the last month which have to be carried forward in this month. So for the first debit and credit balances that are there as on 1st Jan 2006, we are going to pass something known as the opening entry, which you can see over here. We have on 26 on Jan 1 2006, we have cash, bank, stock, furniture, building, Vijay, Anil, Madhu. These are the debit balances given to us in the sum. So we say all these balances are debited. If these are debited, then what is credited? And for that, the sum is given as the following things are credited. To Anand, Bablu account, Bablu's loan account, capital account, all are given as credit balances. So we'll say that all these debit balances are debited to all these credit balances, to Anand account, to Bablu's account, to capital account. Now let us check over here. The total of debit is 8750. Sorry, the total of debit is 70,000, and the total of credit is also 70,000. So my entry is complete. We are having same debit and same credit. So in this case, we say that the first entry is about being balances bought from the last year. So if we are saying it's a calendar year, instead of March ending, if we say it's a December year, so here it has written that being balances bought forward from the last year. Or we can also write, if it's a month, we can say it's from the last month. Now next event or the next transaction to us is given that on January 1, there was purchase of goods worth rupees 5,000 for cash, less 20% trade discount and 5% cash discount. So over here, we are purchasing goods worth rupees 5,000, but are we paying them 5,000 rupees? No. The list price is 5,000 rupees. From that, the person is going to give us a trade discount. Now, as we had discussed in the class, trade discounts are given because people buying certain quantity or in bulk. So they're given, it's a discount for bulk purchase. So we say that 20% trade discount is 5,000 and 20% is 1,000 rupees. So price that we get out of trade discount that they offered is rupees 4,000. However, since we are agreeing to make a prompt payment, on the spot payment, so they are giving us a cash discount. Now, please remember, I had told you that cash discount is charged or is given on the price that you get after reducing the trade discount. So over here, from 4,000 rupees, we will again reduce 5% of cash discount, that is 200 rupees. So the price that we are paying for the goods is rupees 3,800. I hope the mathematics is understood. From the list price, we reduce the trade discount. From the price after trade discount, we reduce the cash discount, and that's what we pay. Now, please remember, I had also told you that trade discounts are never recorded in the books of accounts. However, cash discounts are always recorded in the books of accounts. So with the entry, what all accounts are getting impacted? So we are having purchase account is getting impacted, cash account that we are paying, and discount received account that we are receiving are getting impacted. Now, purchase account we can treat, as I told you, as a real account or as a nominal account. In both cases, it will be debited. Cash account is a real account, it's a property. So we say debit what comes in, credit what goes out. In this case, cash is going out, so we'll say credit cash account. And discount received is a nominal account. The rule is what? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So we have discount received is a in or gain to us. So we'll say it is credited. So entry becomes purchase account debit to cash account to discount received account. Purchase account, we have bought goods worth rupees 4,000, for which we paid 3,800, and we received a 200 rupees of cash discount on same. Now, as I had told you last time also, most of the people do have the data about the trade discount they are taking. That helps them to understand how to reduce cost and what will the financing requirements required so as to reduce the cost by taking trade discounts. Then we have under transaction of Gen 4, We say that we have received 1980 rupees from Vijay and we have allowed him a discount of 20 rupees. So we are receiving some money. So what are the accounts impacted? Cash account is impacted. Discount we have given this time, that discount given account is impacted, and Vijay is a person. It account is also impacted. So when I say cash, we are saying that cash is a real account. Debit what comes in. So in this case, cash is coming in. So we'll say debit what comes in. Cash would be debited. Discount given is a nominal account. Discount is a nominal account. Over here we are giving discount. So when we are giving discount, it's a loss to us. So we say that debit all expenses and losses will be debited. And Vijay is the person who is giving us the money. So is the debit the receiver, credit the giver, is the giver of money. So we say credit Vijay. So entry will become what? It will be cash account debit, discount allowed account debit to Vijay account. 1980 that we received, 20 rupees of discount allowed, and the total of them is 2000 rupees. So this was the entry for the transaction of Jan 4. Then comes the transaction of Jan 6, which says purchase goods from Bharat at rupees 5000. So over here nothing is given, whether we have paid him or not. So we are assuming that we have not paid him. Again over here, which all accounts are impacted? Purchase account is impacted and Bharat account is impacted. Purchase account is which account? Purchase account is a real account or a nominal account. Bharat is a personal account. So when I say that, what is the rule of, suppose if I say purchase is a nominal account. So what is the rule of nominal account? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gain. Purchase and expense, so I'll say debit purchase. Bharat is a personal account who is giving me goods on credit. So he is the giver of benefit. So I'll say debit the receiver, credit the giver. In that case, Bharat will be credited. So you will have an entry like this. Bharat account is debited to, sorry, purchase account is debited to Bharat account, rupees 5000 each. I hope you remember that. I told you, whenever you are going to solve sums in exams, you should be having over here one more column is voucher number. Please don't forget to put a column over here. So this entry is done, purchase account debit to Bharat. Now comes the next. We have Jan 8. We purchased plant from Mukesh for rupees 5000 and paid rupees 100 as cartage for bringing the plant to the factory and another 200 rupees as installation charges. This is very important. We are buying a long-term asset that is a plant and we are spending some money so that that long-term asset comes to a place where we can use it, and we are also spending money on installation so that we can start using it. So there are two amounts that are expended on the plant so as to make it operational. Now whenever any amount is made so in such a way that it will help us to use the capital asset or the long-term asset, then that amount would be added to the cost of asset. We call this capitalization of expenses. Again, whenever any expense is made so as to, so as to may help us to use the long-term asset, then it is added to the cost of the asset. Now this doesn't, every day ka jo kharcha hai. So if you do a small repair, now that repair will be an expense only. It will not be added to the cost of the asset. However, if you do any major repair, which will increase the life of the asset, assume, then that expense that you have done will give us a long-term benefit. Hence, that amount would be added to the cost of asset. We call this capitalization of expenses. In this case, what all accounts are getting impacted? First, I'm buying a plant. Okay. Then I'm having certain expenses. Then I'm buying it from Mr. Mukesh and I'm paying some cash also for that expenses. Now plant is a real account. Expenses are what? They are nominal accounts. Mukesh is a personal account and cash is a real account. Now, if these expenses were not the expenses that were going to help us for the long-term use of the asset, then I would have considered them as a separate entry. However, as I told you, these expenses are required. They are necessary for us to use the capital asset. Hence, we say that it is the initial cost of installation which gets added to the cost of plant. So even this expenses would be added to the cost of plant, and plant becomes a real account. So the rule is debit what comes in, plant is coming in. I'll say debit plant, plant would be debited. Okay, plant is over here, debited. What is the cost of the plant? Cost of the capital asset is given to you over here. cost of the capital asset equal to all the cost that you have spent to bring it to your premises and make it ready to be used plus the actual cost of the plant. I hope this is clear. Again, whenever you are buying a capital asset, it is a long-term asset, then what is the cost of that asset? It is all the cost that you have spent to bring it to your premises and make it ready to be used plus the actual cost of the machine again. So over here, that is 5,300 rupees. Mukesh is a person. We said debit the receiver, credit the giver. Over here, Mukesh is the giver of benefit. So I'll say credit Mukesh. And cash is the real account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. यहाँ पे cash बाहर जा रहा है. So we say debit what comes in, credit what goes out. It will be credited. So in this case, we say that plant account is debited to Mukesh account to cash account. 5,000 रुपया. Total amount is 5,300 rupees. Out of which we are still to pay because 5,000 rupees because वो हमने credit पे लिया है, and the cash. This is the cartage we had paid on the spot. Then the small expenses, transport as well as the installation charges. So that is paid in cash. Please remember this concept of capitalization. We are going to use this more as we meet in the class. This concept is used to change the whole, profit and loss account in the balance sheet, and people abuse it, people exploit it, and they try to get that type of results that they want, which we'll also see in the case of Reliance, what they had done. Now let us come back to one more transaction, that is the transaction of January 12. Sold goods to Rahim on credit. यहाँ पे simple entry है, selling of goods. So we say what? I hope you remember I had given you this Excel sheet where I have given you the pro forma journal entries also. So what is the entry for purchase of goods on credit? Purchase account debit to creditors. Why purchase account debit? We assume it to be say either a personal account or say either a real account or a nominal account. Purchase, if I say it's a real account, debit what comes in. So I'll say debit what comes in. Purchase is debited. And credit are the giver of benefit. It's a personal account. So I say credit the giver of benefit. So in this case, the entry would be, this is a sales transaction. So the sales transaction, we are having Rahim ko humne maal becha hai, and we have sales. Please remember again that you have such, I have given you such pro forma journal entries. When I have given you around 20 entries, so that when it will be helping you in the exams so as to pass the correct entry. Now over here, Rahim is the receiver of benefit. So I'll say debit the receiver of benefit. Sales is a real account or a nominal account. Sales में माल बाहर जाता है. So debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So I'll say credit sales account. So entry becomes over here, Rahim account debit to sales. Okay. Being sale of goods to Rahim. Next comes January 50. Rahim became insolvent and would pay only 50 paisa in a rupee. मतलब इसको हमने माल दिया, नसीब खराब था, no, उठ गया वो, he became bankrupt. So over here in this transaction we are going to receive cash. We are going to receive from Rahim, and we are booking a loss. वो पैसा नहीं आएगा. We call that money as bad debts. Okay. Bad debts. Now what is cash? In this case we are receiving cash. So we say cash is the real account. Debit what comes in. So यहाँ पे it's coming in. I'll say debit. Rahim is the receiver of benefit, giver of benefit. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. He is the giver of benefit. उनको पैसा को दे रहा है. So his personal account है. Credit the giver of benefit. And then we are having bad debts. It's a nominal account. ये loss है. So debit all expenses and losses. So we pass an entry like this. Cash account is debit. Bad debts account is debit to Rahim. Now बोला गया that you are going to receive how much? Only 50 paisa in a rupee. So 600 रुपया दिया तो कितना मिलेगा? We will get only 50% what we are going to receive is 300 rupees is what we receive. 300 rupees का अपने को loss हो गया. And what is the narration? We say that being cash issued from Rahim, 50 paisa in a rupee. That's it. Okay. This is the narration. So we are booking the bad debt. Now we please remind me in the class that we need to talk on two things from this sum. One is capitalization of expenses, other is bad debts. We'll do some practical aspects of these two things on the class, as I cannot do it over here in the video. Then we have January 18, sold goods to Ram for cash. It's a simple sales purchase, sales entry. Cash में माल बेचा है. यहाँ पे रहीम को बेचा था credit में. यहाँ पे we have sold it on cash. So cash and sales are impacted. Cash is a real account. Debit what comes in, so I say debit what comes in sales nominal account, credit all incomes and gains. So I'll say credit sales, cash account debit 1000 rupees to sales account 1000. We say being cash sales. On January 20, paid the salary to Ratan. We have paid the money to Ratan. यहाँ पे we have paid, payable नहीं है. Please remember this. So who are impacted over here? Salary is impacted, or we are having one thing, we have paid, so cash is impacted. हम यहाँ पे रतन का नाम नहीं लिख रहे हैं. What I had told you last time also that in your ERPs you will have all name of all the people in your payrolls. Okay, they'll be all clubbed into employees, and so हर एक बंदे का अलग नाम होगा, and then you will start paying them. If it is not paid, then you are going to represent all the names by account on a salary payable account. But यहाँ पे सबको यहाँ पे एक ही बंदे को पे कर रहा है, so we say इसको पे कर दिया is cash account. So salary account is nominal account, so I'll say it's a nominal account. Cash is a real account. What is the rule for nominal account? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Salary is an expense, so I'll say debited. What is the rule for non-real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. यहाँ पे cash बाहर जा रहा है, so I'll say credit cash account. So things becomes very simple. It's salary account debit to cash 2000 rupees. So you can see over here in this pro forma journal entries. No, I have given say यहाँ पे see ninth entry, expenses paid. So when you pay expenses, what is the entry? Expense account debit to cash or bank. So यहाँ पे मैंने वही किया है. It's expense that is salary account debit to cash. Okay. Then we have paid Anand 4,800 in full settlement. Now Anand, you know, somewhere we had. Okay, there is something missing over in the sum. Okay, something is missing. We have over here Anand has been given as an opening balance, opening credit balance. That means he is the debit that is the giver of benefit. उसने अपने को माल बेचा है 5000 रुपए में. We have to pay him rupees 5000. However, in this case, how much we are paying? We are paying him rupees 4800. So account that are impacted are Anand account, cash पे कर रहे हैं, and we are receiving a discount of some rupees. So discount. Now Anand is a personal account, cash is the real account, and discount is the nominal account. यहाँ पे Anand is the receiver of cash, so I'll say debit Anand. Cash is going out, so we'll say debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So I'll say credit cash account. Discount received is a income, is a gain to us. So debit all expenses, credit all incomes and gains. So I'll say credit discount received. So now my entry comes to Anand account is debited by rupees 5000. We have cleared him off by 5000. How? By paying him cash of rupees 4800 and receiving discount from rupees 200. So it's Anand account debit to cash account to discount account. And the narration is being cash paid to Anand and discount received rupees 200. So this is what is point number 21. Then we say that interest received from Madhu 200 rupees. We have received interest. Interest is a income. Okay. So again, if I go to perform journal entries, यहाँ पे income received का entry क्या होगा? It's entry number 15. Cash account debit to income. So in the same case, I have यहाँ पे cash account debit 200 rupees to interest received account 200 rupees being receipt of interest. So it's simple. What is the entry over here? Again, please remember, दो account impact हुए थे. Cash account is a real account, so debit what comes in के लिए हमने debit किया उसको. Interest received is a nominal account. Nominal account, what is the rule? Debit the expenses and losses, credit the incomes and gains. Interest is a income to us, so we have crediting the interest account. Once this is done, we come to entry number 28. Paid to Bablu interest on loan. यहाँ पे in the earlier case we had received the interest. In this case we are paying the interest. So it's like any expense that we are going to pay. So what is the entry for expense? It's over here. Expense account debit to cash or bank. हमने उसको we have paid him. So what is the expense over here in this case? Interest on loan account debit to cash. We are paying him rupees 500. That is the entry. Interest on loan account debit to cash account rupees 500. Narration is being payment on of interest on loan. Next is sold goods for cash. Simple sales entry. So what is the sales entry? We have done it over here. यहाँ पे दिया है. Sorry. The entry for sales is cash bank account debit to sales. So it's cash account debit to sales account rupees 500 being cash sales. Then comes the last entry which says withdrawn goods from business for personal use. यहाँ पे the owner is withdrawing money for his personal use. That means what will happen over here? It will happen that what accounts are getting impacted? एक तो होगा capital account, which right now we call it as drawings account. Okay. When, as I discussed with you, whenever you are trying to withdraw any money for your personal use from your business, you call it drawings, which will lead to a reduction in your capital. After capital in the business will go down. Okay. And यहाँ पे being goods withdrawn for personal use, and yeah, it has been written over here to purchase account. Now, this is something very typical. See, what has happened is that you are not taking in money. In this case, you are withdrawing goods from the what to say business. But suppose if you are having your say a grocery shop, तो घी का डब्बा घर पे लेके गए, तो घी का डब्बा घर पे लेके यहाँ पे हम कैश नहीं उठा के लेके गए. What have we taken is that we have taken the goods. So goods are going out. Okay. So what will happen is that ये जो purchase किया था, ये purchase will not be an expense to me anymore. Why? Because it is my personal expense, not an expense of the business. So I have to reduce the purchase. Normally purchase क्या will be debited. Okay, purchase would be debited. In this case, if there is a purchase is an expense will be debited. But यहाँ पे मुझे expense को कम करना है, तो I will give an opposite effect. I have to credit purchase. So over here, drawings is a personal account. So I'll say debit the receipt rate the giver. Sorry. So debit the receivable document drawings को यहाँ पे I have debited it, and I have to reduce the purchase. So I am doing what? I am reducing the purchase by giving an opposite effect. That is, instead of debiting purchase, I am crediting purchase. So the purchase will go down. So the entry becomes drawings account debit to purchase account 200 rupees. After this, you add the debit and the credit, it will become 96,900. So this is how you are going to solve the sums. Please remember that these are simple entries, and please, again I am telling you, please remind me to talk on two things. That is, first is capitalization of expenses and the bad debts. It's very important that we talk on this thing, because it will be very important for us to for use in your own business. Thank you so much.